Hello, my name is Alan Chamo. I'm an entertainer just like you, and I've been performing, doing some virtual shows. We all had to adapt. And if you're watching this video, it's because you would like to understand a bit better what are the minimum requirements to do paid gigs. Um, all of the shows I've done that are paid, I've done them through Zoom. I will not get into the details of how Zoom works. I'm sure most of you know, but I would like you to understand a bit more of what it is that is needed in order to have enough production, because I'm sure that you are a great entertainer, but there's a big difference between performing a live show on stage when you have a sound tech and maybe a light tech and you just need to worry about engaging and performing. Then now it's a whole different animal. You have to have the basic requirements and create a little home studio. It's not really expensive. It's not as scary. I mean, it might be a little scary right now, but it's not as bad as you think it is. And you can do it with a lot of the things that you already have. So I would like to go over some of the requirements that you need to put up a show that people will pay for it. I'm producing now shows for other entertainers, and this is the basic of the basic that I'm asking in order to be able to work with me and for me to help you get some paying gigs. So let's go over the basic list. So the basic requirements for virtual entertainers. We're going to go through sound, the lights, and video software. So let's go one by one. So for sound, you need a microphone. You need people to be able to hear you. You cannot just use your built-in microphone in your computer. Even if your computer is amazing, still you need a USB microphone or something that connects into your computer and people can hear you well. If you're a comedian, you're good with one of these USB microphones that are on the picture. Actually, I have one here, one of them over here, and they're really, not all of them are expensive. So this is a Meteor mic. It actually has, you can also connect headphones here in the back. So it's very convenient to monitor your sound. So if you're a comedian, you don't need more than that. You're good to go. Now, if you are a singer or like me, a magician, and you need your hands, this type of microphones might be inconvenience because you move back and forth. It's not a setup where you're staying all the time. So I'm using, as you can see, a lapel mic. And this is a microphone that I had with me from, it's a Shure mic pack. So I have that system from my stage shows, and I will go over it in a moment. But for comedians and people that are static and don't move, with one of these microphones, and you can get one of those microphones for about $100. Obviously, there's a range, but with that, you'll be good to go just for people to hear you well. If you have one of these traditional microphones, if you're a singer, you like holding the microphone in your hand, you need to move around, or you just want a lapel mic like I'm wearing right now, so you can move, no problem. You can use any of the microphones you currently have, and maybe you play multi-instruments and you need some kind of one of these boom microphones. It's all good. You can use them, but you will need to go through a USB mixer. Okay, which we're going to touch right now. So, for example, in my case, this microphone that I'm wearing right here on my lapel goes into a USB mixer just like the one in the picture. Actually, mine is even, the one in the picture is 2 channels. Mine is 1 channel. So the only thing I really use is the microphone, and I have some background music that goes through my iPad into the USB mixer. A USB mixer like this, the one in the picture is about $100. The one I got myself, it's under $100, and you feed everything that you need. If you're a musician, then you will connect your guitar into it, your microphone into it, any background tracks you have, everything will go through the USB mixer and into your computer. Lights. So we need the basic of the basic. Now, you might be able to get around just with things you have in the house. You can, if your show is during the day and you're standing in front of the window, daylight is great, you can use it. But when you perform, you want to avoid a lot of shadows. Some shadows are good, as you can see. There's a part of my face that has a little bit of shadow. Right now I don't have all my lights on, but I'm right now just using actually one of these construction lights I got in Home Depot. It's an LED light, and I put a diffuser on top of it, and it's working. But you can get yourself a kit like this, basic kit. Again, you can get those even for less than $100, and it's going to give you a good enough wash just with 2 of them. Maybe have a little bit, maybe you can get an LED light, one of these wand lights, or even a light from that you have in the house. It can be like a side light that you have in your bed, and you can put it in the back so you pop a little bit, okay? So, but just people need to be able to see you, and you don't want to be burning. You know when you record yourself on stage from one of those from your camera, and your camera is way in the back, and you have lights on you, and then when you look at the recording, everything looks like a ghost. So you want to avoid looking like a ghost, and for that you need a little bit of light, not too much. I will put some of the links to the kits that I can recommend that are inexpensive. And video streaming. Now, you don't have to have a video streaming application or software. It's not a must, but it's recommended, especially if you use multiple camera angles like magicians do. For example, you want to have, right now I'm using one of those because you see me in a little circle, and at the same time you see my presentation. So I'm personally using Ecamm Live. You can use OBS, which is completely free, and all this feeds into Zoom or whatever software that you want to use. And if you do live streaming, you will definitely need one of these if you want to stream to your Facebook or anything else, or YouTube. You will need one of these streaming softwares. Again, it's not a must. If you just one camera and you're a comedian, you're just telling jokes, you don't need to do any switching, then that's fine. You don't have to have this, okay? In case you do, it's not that hard to learn. OBS Studios is completely free, and it will give you everything you can imagine and more. And Ecamm Live costs $20 a month. Ecamm Live is only for Mac users, so if you use Windows, then forget about Ecamm. What I love about Ecamm, and the reason I chose it, is because it's really simple to learn. It's very intuitive. Everything is almost ready to go. And so I think that it's not so expensive, $20 a month, if you are going to really use it and make money with it. So these are the basic of what you need in order to go out there and do some gigs. If you have any questions, please reach out, and I'll be happy to work with you if you think that you have a show that is engaging, entertaining. And the idea of the shows that I'm producing through Zoom is that it has to be interactive. It's not only about you being able to sing. You need to specifically speak with somebody, choose somebody and have a conversation, interact with as many people as you can, because if it's only them watching you, then for that they can just turn on Netflix or go to YouTube, and then the incentive for them to pay to see a show goes down. So again, interaction is what needed to be more attractive and to get more paying gigs. All right, I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed this video and you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. You can subscribe, like. I will do more of these videos for entertainers.